Are you planning to buy your first home and don't know where to start? It's a common question, one that can feel a bit like standing in front of a maze, unsure of the right path to take. Let's try to clear up some of that confusion and help you navigate this exciting journey. First things first, the home buying process isn't just about finding a house you like and making an offer. It's about finding a place that feels like home, in a location that suits your lifestyle and meets your needs. Consider factors like proximity to work or family, the quality of local schools if you have or plan to have children, and the safety of the neighborhood. Remember, you're not just buying a house, you're investing in a community. The local amenities, taxes, and cost of living are all part of that investment. Research the area thoroughly and consider all these factors before deciding on the perfect place to call home. And then there's the financial aspect. Buying a home is a significant financial commitment, perhaps the biggest one you'll ever make. It's important to be financially prepared. This means understanding your budget, knowing what you can afford, and getting pre-approved for a mortgage. A pre-approval is basically a lender's agreement to lend you a certain amount under specific terms. It not only gives you a clear idea of your budget, but also shows sellers that you're a serious buyer. Remember, every journey begins with a single step. In the case of home buying, that first step is understanding the process and being well prepared. It's about knowing what you want in a home, what you need, and what you can afford. Buying your first home can be a complex process, filled with unfamiliar terms and procedures. But don't worry, you're not alone. We're here to guide you through each step, ensuring you're well-informed and confident in your decisions. So, before you jump in, take a moment to consider what you really want and need in a home. This first step is crucial in setting the stage for a successful home buying experience. Once you've found the perfect home, it's time to make an offer. But how do you go about it? Well, let's break it down. Making an offer on a house is more than just throwing out a number and hoping it sticks. It's a strategic process that requires understanding of the market, the property, and a little bit of negotiation skills. One of the first things you should consider is getting pre-approved. Pre-approval is essentially a green light from a lender that shows you're a serious buyer. It provides you with a ballpark figure of how much they are willing to lend you. This not only gives you a price range to work within, but also gives sellers confidence that you have the financial backing to follow through on your offer. Now, when you're ready to make an offer, remember that it's not always about the highest bid. Think about what terms might be attractive to the seller. Maybe they need a quick closing date, or perhaps they'd appreciate a leaseback agreement that allows them to stay in the home for a few weeks after the sale. These terms can often be just as appealing as a higher price. Don't be afraid to negotiate. If the home inspection reveals repairs that need to be made, you may be able to negotiate a lower price or ask the seller to make the repairs. It's also wise to consider contingencies in your offer. Contingencies are conditions that must be met for the sale to go through. They provide a safety net, allowing you to back out of the deal under certain circumstances without losing your deposit. And finally, remember to stay patient. Making an offer can be a nerve-wracking process, and it's not uncommon for negotiations to go back and forth a few times before an agreement is reached. Remember, making an offer is a crucial step in the home buying process, so take your time and do your homework. You're not just buying a house, you're investing in your future, so make sure it's a wise investment. Now that you've made an offer, it's time to secure financing. But what kind of mortgage is right for you? A mortgage is, essentially, a long-term loan that you'll use to purchase your new home. It's a crucial component of the home buying process, so let's break it down. First, you have conventional loans. These are loans not insured by the federal government. To qualify for a conventional loan, you typically need a solid credit score and a decent down payment. The upside of conventional loans is that they often have lower interest rates and fewer fees than other types of loans. The downside, however, is that they can be harder to qualify for, especially if you have less than stellar credit or a smaller down payment. Next, we have FHA loans, which are insured by the Federal Housing Administration. These loans are a popular choice for first-time homebuyers because they often require a smaller down payment and are easier to qualify for. But they come with a catch. You'll have to pay for mortgage insurance, which increases your monthly payments. Then there are VA loans, which are available to veterans and active-duty military members. VA loans are guaranteed by the Department of Veterans Affairs. The big advantage of VA loans is that they often require no down payment and no mortgage insurance. The downside is that they're only available to a select group of people. Regardless of the type of mortgage you choose, you'll also want to pay attention to interest rates. Your interest rate is the cost of borrowing money, and it directly affects your monthly payments. Lower interest rates mean lower monthly payments, but they can be more difficult to qualify for. Choosing the right mortgage is a big decision, so make sure you understand all your options before making a commitment. Remember, this is likely one of the biggest financial decisions you'll make, so take your time, do your research, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Your future home awaits. You've chosen your mortgage, so what happens next? Let's dive into the mortgage process, a journey that can seem daunting but is completely manageable with the right knowledge. The first step in your mortgage journey is the application. This is when you'll provide some detailed information about yourself to your lender. They'll need to know about your income, assets, and debts, as well as your employment history. You'll also need to give permission for the lender to pull your credit report. Next, you'll need to get your documents in order. These will include pay stubs, bank statements, tax returns for the past 2 years, and statements from any investment accounts. If you're self-employed or have a non-traditional income source, you may need to provide additional documentation. Once your application is complete, the lender will assess your financial situation and determine how much they're willing to loan you. This is known as pre-approval, and it's a crucial element in the home buying process. Following pre-approval, the lender will order an appraisal of the home you're planning to buy. This is an evaluation of the property's value to ensure that it's worth the loan amount. The appraiser will look at the home's condition, size, and location, and compare it to similar properties that have recently sold in the area. Now, we reach the underwriting stage. This is where the lender verifies all the information you've provided and makes the final decision on your loan. This process can take anywhere from a few days to a few weeks, so patience is key here. Finally, you'll arrive at the closing stage. This is when you'll sign all the final paperwork, make your down payment, and officially become a homeowner. Remember, each mortgage journey is unique, and yours may not follow these steps exactly, but having a general understanding of the process can help you navigate it more confidently. Navigating the mortgage process can be challenging, but with the right information, you can make it through with minimal stress. So, keep these steps in mind as you embark on your home buying adventure. You're almost there, but what should you expect during the home closing process? It's an exciting time, but it can also be a bit overwhelming. So, let's break it down. The home closing process, also known as settlement, is where all the legal and administrative work is completed to transfer home ownership from the seller to you, the buyer. It involves various parties, each playing a significant role in ensuring a smooth transition. One of the key players you'll encounter is the title company. Their role is to confirm that the seller truly owns the property and can legally sell it to you. They'll conduct a title search to ensure no one else has a claim to the property. If all is clear, they'll issue a title insurance policy, protecting you and your lender from any future disputes regarding the property's ownership. Next, we have the mortgage lender. They'll be there to finalize your loan. They'll confirm the final details of your mortgage, such as the interest rate, the loan term, and the monthly payment. They'll also provide a closing disclosure, which outlines the final costs of your loan. Be sure to review this document carefully, as it's important to understand exactly what you're paying for. And then there's you, the buyer. Your main task during closing is to review and sign a lot of documents. It's crucial to understand each one before you put pen to paper. Don't hesitate to ask questions if anything is unclear. On closing day, be prepared to provide a cashier's check or wire transfer to cover the down payment, closing costs, and prepaid items like property taxes or homeowner's insurance. And remember to bring your government-issued ID for verification purposes. While the home closing process may seem daunting, it's the final step in your journey to home ownership. With careful preparation, you'll be holding the keys to your new home in no time.